Thank you, Deputy Speaker. Well, it's clear we are in the middle of a housing crisis. Rents and house prices are skyrocketing, making an affordable place to call home harder to secure. And I guess the sad part about this, Deputy Speaker, is that this crisis is not new. It didn't start when the Albanese government was elected last year. It didn't start when Tony Abbott was caught eating an onion. This is a crisis that has been evolving and worsening for quite some time. When I'm chatting to locals in Bennelong, I hear again and again that they are concerned about housing affordability. Homeowners want their kids to be able to afford a place to live locally, and young people and young families want a stable and affordable roof over their heads, just as a majority of their parents had in their generation. The public desire for action has been there for some time, but unfortunately the need for action right now is becoming more and more urgent. Before coming here, just like the member for Fowler, I had the pleasure of spending nearly a decade in local government, 5 as the local mayor. It was through that experience that I became aware of the housing crisis and the inability of the market to fix it. It became quite clear to me quite quickly that government intervention was necessary, as the market, in its then form, was incapable of providing affordable rental homes and affordable homes to buy for all. So at the time, as mayor, I thought I'd try and do something about it. After holding a local housing summit, the council then adopted an affordable housing policy with the aim of trying to get developers to provide affordable rental homes to the council for purposes of providing homes for low to middle income earners. Projections by council's policy indicated that by 2031, the local government area in Bennelong will require an estimated 10,700 affordable dwellings to meet local needs. So in response to these shocking statistics, the council, with community support, lodged that inclusionary zoning amendment in our local planning laws to help fix the problem. And despite evidence showing housing was unaffordable for families, despite then Premier Berejiklian declaring affordable housing as her priority, and despite community support for our proposal, our efforts to help housing were rejected. Farcically, the Liberal state government said the proposal, and I quote, was ahead of its time. And what this shameful example taught me, Deputy Speaker, is that no one level of government can fix this housing crisis. No one level of government can go it alone. This is a national crisis and one that we need a coordinated and targeted response to solve. I cannot tell you how proud I am to be part of a federal government that has put solutions on the table to our national housing crisis. It was part of the reason why I decided to put my hand up to be a candidate last year. Speaker, the nation is talking about housing because it is this Labor government that was elected on a mandate to help solve it. It is this Labor government that took policies on housing to last year's election, and it's the Labor Housing Minister that has been working every day to implement them. It is this Labor government that is bringing state and local government to the table to work together on this. Because after a decade of negligence by the former federal government, we finally have a federal government committed to addressing the housing crisis and taking tangible steps to deliver housing relief for Australians. On top of our direct investments in building homes and our proposed Housing Australia Future Fund, one of the most important things we've done since coming to the government is getting the states, territories and local governments together. Expanding upon the foundations laid by our National Housing Accord, we have introduced substantial initiatives such as the $3 billion New Homes Bonus and the $500 million Housing Support Program. These efforts with state and territory governments are geared toward achieving national targets, which entail the construction of 1.2 million new homes over the course of the next 5 years. We know these measures are important, and they need the support and collaboration of this parliament and all levels of government across the country. There is no one solution here. We need direct investment, we need cooperation with state and territory governments, and we need this parliament to be working hard to deliver outcomes. And I'd encourage the other place to support measures that are sitting there in the Senate, or are soon to be there in the Senate, the Housing Australia Future Fund. Because without that collaboration, without that national response, we'll not be able to ease the housing pressure that is facing Australians today.
Thank the member for Bennelong.